Hello everyone, this is going to be the patch notes video for Art of Conquest patch 1.14.1. It's going to be coming out August 9th at 6 a.m. UTC. It's going to be about an estimated 4 hours of maintenance when it comes out. We're just going to do a quick rundown of all of the changes that are coming. There's some big ones. One of the most interesting socially and politically in servers is you're going to be able to elect a king. So every 7 days, each side will be able to elect a king. That means potentially 6 kings total per server. And anyone can be king, but the people who vote for king are the leaders of houses. So in order to vote, you need to be the leader of a house. There needs to be at least 10 cities to vote for a king, which means if you only have 10 cities, you better make sure that someone's campaigning and everyone gets all the votes. If a side doesn't have 10 cities, they can't have a king. So that gives you an interesting strategic element in terms of, well, if a side has 11 cities, maybe we want to take 2 cities away from them so that they can only have 9 and then they try to get a city back. And it could theoretically create an interesting back and forth as well. So it's not that interesting. There are a lot of powers. There's a whole other video on this channel. It's called the Royal Court that goes over the benefits of being king and the bonuses they can hand out to their side. You can watch that. It'll also be linked below if you want to just check it out directly. And if you're not happy with the way your kingdom is being ruled, they are introducing migration in the patch. If your castle is level 15 or above and you're willing to pay 1,000 Lenari, which is pretty steep as a price, you can migrate to a different kingdom within your realm. And the only restriction is that you cannot migrate to the kingdom that has the most cities. So you're not going to be able to all migrate to one side and the server's over. Everyone's the same color. This is probably going to result in weaker sides joining the second strongest side in a lot of cases. So you end up with a 1v1 structure on most kingdoms where it's, one side that was the strongest versus everyone else. It's going to be a really weird dynamic with whales because there are a lot of servers that have a whale side that's winning and everyone can join up against them, but the whale's probably still going to be winning. But on some servers there's a whale who's sitting in a house and he doesn't care about his side. He just wants to sit in his house and his side itself isn't doing that well. There's just this one house that's purple or whatever or blue that can't be attacked. Maybe if everyone joins up against him, something can be made to happen. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. I'm not 100% sold on that change, especially because it costs Lenari. If it costs resources or energy or something else, I would be more interested. If you do migrate, you get moved to the capital of your new side. So if you're in a city, gone. If your entire house wants to migrate and keep your city, you better have some really good coordination to make sure that you start recapping it right away. I believe you also lose your house and any house levels, so that's also kind of bad. Huge downsides to migrating unless you're migrating into a strong house. A lot of the heroes got some significant changes. I tried to make a video on just this and it ended up being 15-20 minutes. So I'm gonna make a video on just that. I'm not gonna go over it here. People want to check out that video. It'll be posted tomorrow. But basically, this change specifically, you can't overpower the early game by investing all your points into big blow-up abilities anymore. Arrow Volley and Suppression Fire are the two I'm thinking of here. The example here is Vega must be level 10 before she can reach level 3 heal. So the level that an ability can get to is gated not just by how many points you have, but by the level of your hero. And I guess the objective is to diversify the early game. Will have zero effect on the late game, but it diversifies the early game a little bit. Makes it a little tiny bit harder to quest your way to victory with just Arrow Volley and Suppression Fire. Item changes, just because the abilities associated with them got changes. No big thing there. This is a big one, race balances. So undead units can now be resurrected. They have a 30% chance of being resurrected after being killed defending a lich stronghold in a siege battle. I have not been able to determine on PTR if it means that they're only resurrectable when they're defending, which means you still can't really use them for attacking, or not. But upgrading the city gates increases the chance of being resurrected. The reason this matters is because in the very, very late game, a lot of people would just switch to human, research archers, and then switch back to whatever. And switch back to Lich, and they would have just archers on their walls. And archers without research were better than almost any ranged Lich unit with research. Now we have a situation where because they're resurrectable to some degree, It's possible that gold mummies, gold acolytes will be a little bit better, especially because moving along, mummies, conjurers, and necrolytes, when they resurrect skeleton units during battle, you now get to keep them. The resurrection chance is slightly less likely, but their quality is bronze, silver, or gold. So if you kill a bronze unit and you res it, you get a bronze skeleton. You get a bronze mage, whatever. If it's a gold, you get a gold. And if the power of the caster is lower than the power of the target corpse, there's a chance the resurrection will fail. So if you're slightly weaker than your enemy, there's a chance the resurrection will fail, but presumably if you're higher, it'll just always work. And skeleton units resurrected during battle, the exception of siege battles and tactics school, that survive to the end of the battle will join the commanding player's army, but the army supply limit cannot be exceeded. So having a little bit of headway or headroom in your supply as Lich is actually going to be really, really good, and you're going to constantly get this free supply of units, potentially. And Gazul's resurrectability has been changed to work the same way. So that could be potentially a viable way for undead units to be good now, especially because there's other Gazul changes, which I will go over in another video. Attribute advantages, another dual changes. The troops of the side with higher might will do increased physical damage. The troops of the side with higher magic will do increased magic damage. Troops of the side with higher stamina will have increased max hit points. Troops of the side with higher command will have increased attack speed. And in a duel, when both sides have finished deploying their troops, the battle will begin immediately, so none of that 60-second wait time anymore. And after a duel, the loser will be returned to the vicinity of their capital city rather than their home city. This mattered because there were people, bullies, let's say, on servers who would chain duel someone before they could log out, and they would just keep losing energy forever. Like, there's nothing you could do about it. You get teleported back and instantly dueled again. And to make it more convenient to check who attacked you, information about abandoned battles will now be included in the House Activity tab. So some chat changes as well. And then leaderboard changes. You can now directly use mana potions and energy potions in battle to replenish the mana and energy of your heroes. You could already do this with energy, but you couldn't do it with mana. And you couldn't do it with energy potions if you had like something that cost energy. And it would ask you to use an energy potion if your hero was out of energy completely, but now you can use it in battle to replenish them when they have an ability that costs energy and you need to replenish it right away. And the leaderboard thing is actually really, really cool. Oh, this is another thing. So this is a post-battle breakdown. This is a post-battle screen. I'm going to click on this, and I get to see how much damage each individual unit did. This is obviously going to be incredibly effective for actually deciding, what is the best way of plundering, who did the most siege damage, stuff like that. That is just incredibly cool. And the leaderboard breakdown. So this is the kingdom. There's a leaderboard here now in the bottom right. You can see the button. You push the button, so you can click on player, and then you can have, this is the highest power in my kingdom, 154.9k. This is all kingdoms. A little bit of latency apparently. 379 is the highest in the kingdom. That's based on power. There's lifetime honor. There is tactic school. And you can do it by house. There is going to be a new tactics school on the live version as well, going up to at least 5. And you can set it by house, tier 9, and total power of a house. Obviously, this is a little bit of a problem because there are people who do things like overinflate their power level by going to the rando camps every day, or there's whales who do it by buying a lot of units from the shop, and they end up with ridiculously high power levels that don't actually mean anything. And that has not been addressed at all. I've made some suggestions to the devs for how to address that. They haven't fallen through them yet, but we'll see how it ends up going. So that is the patch. There was also some pretty significant chat changes. Those are a little bit buggy. You can see they actually gave me a gift. One of these is a gift that specifically says we apologize for the bugs on the... Oh, there it is. We've received reports from players regarding a bug with the chat feature. Rest assured the bug has already been fixed. I'm not going to go over it because there may still be other bugs in there. It looks like they're still working on it. And hospital queues, I believe this change is already live, but hospital queues have all been reduced by 25%. So the time it takes for a hero to heal, or anything to heal in the hospital, has been reduced by 25%. Those are all the changes coming with the patch. And hopefully you enjoyed the review. There's one other change. It's a hero exchange program, but since I made this video specifically about this, we're not gonna go over it here, but it does exist. You can check out that video if you would like to. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you in I guess Nor is the name. I'll see you in Art of Conquest.